Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 5 Veersmith levels, so in this part, I'll be covering at least 4 or 5 more Veersmith levels, starting up with this one. Up the Castle by LittleMcglitch, with 64 plays and a score of 22. By the way, I actually completed this stage before, but the recording got corrupted. This is also LittleMcglitch's first stage, and LittleMcglitch is Game Master Man's little brother. So let's see how this level fares. As always, if you want one of your levels to be featured in a future part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check if your level is covered, expand the description. So far, so good. You probably want to turn on the brightness of this red background, as it's a bit eye-blaring and distracting. For a first level, this is looking to be okay to decent. Then again, my standards for first levels are rather low, seeing how most of the first levels uploaded to the Mega Man servers are not that good. But this one was okay to decent. Second level on the lineup is Training Grounds by Fantomp, with 19 plays and a score of 0. This stage is going to take place almost entirely on top of these crash lifts. So let's see how many times I'm going to clip through the crash lifts. So close. If I didn't get hit by the Mimera. Seriously, the time for that is very strict. I wish it was loosened up a bit. On to the boss battle. Oh boy, this is gonna take a few attempts. Of all the bosses, it had to be Charge Man. Made it on my first attempt. Now let's see if I glitch through the platforms. No, I don't, thank goodness. This was an okay level, but gosh. During one of my previous runs, in fact I played through this stage already, as evidenced by the thumbs up and thumbs down, but as with the previous stage it got corrupted. I died so many times as I kept clipping right through all the platforms. But with this second opinion, it wasn't that bad. But I was lucky this time. Third level on the lineup is Galaxy Fortress version 2 by MAGMAX, with 25 plays and a score of 6. In comparison with the previous level, this has a lot less gotcha moments. In essence, this stage is a lot more consistent. Even the boss battle is so much easier. Wait for the Yoko Block lines to spawn in, and just walk forwards. Safety reset to remove lag, just in case. A stretched out hot dog, stretched out by using a text editor on the level file. Checkpoint density of the stage is on point. In fact, it's a bit more on the generous side. I always worry about the spike hitboxes, as they are bigger than what they appear to be in this engine. In fact, this last portion was the easiest part. I already played through the stage before, and I say it's an okay Fortress level. Nothing too challenging. Even the boss battle is a lot easier. I made the previous stage's boss battle look a lot easier than it actually is. For some reason, there's no music playing here. Fourth level on the lineup is Another Day in Paradise by Wardonis, with 14 plays and a score of 1. Playing as Proto Man for this one. Starting out with infinite usage of the Noise Crush. That'll be helpful. According to Wardonis, this stage focuses less on enemy gauntlets than their previous stage and has a better difficulty curve. As usual, we have a choice between going through 4 different segments. I'll start off by going through the plant barrier segment. When I mean segments, I mean 4 mini levels. If only I was faster, then I wouldn't have screwed this one up. I'll have to return back here once I gain access to the Thunder Beam. Here's the plant barrier, but this is sort of a change. Instead of getting the plant barrier at the end of this level section, we obtain it in the middle. If only I had access to the danger wrap, then I could skip this entire vertical segment. A perfect place to use the plant barrier, as it expends no energy here. And I also have to return back here to get the key. I did this in the wrong order. Same trend as before, I gain access to the danger wrap in the middle of the stage. A section that I can bypass by using the plant barrier, but I won't. I'll at least showcase it once. I will be using that shortcut once I get back over here, as I do want to collect all these keys. This is also one of those sections where having access to the danger wrap is super useful. The same held true with the previous segment and the plant barrier. That's one of the common themes of this stage I've observed. We gain access to the new special weapon in the middle of the new level segment, and then we use it to great effect in the second half of the stage. I'm gonna break the order and go for the Proto Buster next. I think that's my best bet. Despite all the special weapons we can acquire here, all these level segments are doable buster only, or rather noise crush only. There's my other shortcut, and now we're forced to use the Proto Strike. Not the best way through that segment. There's probably a shortcut to the right, but I don't want to take... Okay, I do want to take it. A quick correction for this stage. There are actually 2 checkpoints per every mini-level, and at every first one, we gain access to a new special weapon. What's that for then? Is that hinting at something? Oh, it's a safety measure in case you fall down, so you can save yourself. I thought there'd be a secret down there. Oh, it means I have to go down over here. I wish there was a clear indication that there weren't spikes below this point, as otherwise I thought there was a mistake. Also, the lore pathway is essentially a more skilled version in addition to saving yourself. And at last I gained access to a key and immediately died because I held down the button for too long. This time I collected a key successfully. This room is rather enemy spammy. Could he decrease the number of telespawners here? Then again, we have access to the Alpha Strike, as well as the Noise Crush, so it isn't too bad. And now I realize that I had to go through this stage in counterclockwise order in order to collect all the keys in one go. Also, I haven't seen any E-tanks in this stage, only M-tanks. Oh no, not these challenges. Especially with Chinaman platforms. Even touching them from the side, not falling on top of them, activates them. This is where I wish I had access to a mobility weapon. Hopefully this challenge doesn't get even harder. Although I did like that previous segment, it got a bit confusing near the end. There should be better indication that that's actually the way you're supposed to go. But I do like how there are alternate routes, for more skilled players and for saving yourself, as the lower route has no enemies whatsoever. The only dangers there are falling into the spikes below or above you. That was very strange. 2 engine glitches in one go. There's our Thunder Beam. I wish I had it in that previous segment, especially with all the up and down attackers. For this vertical segment, the Thunder Beam is definitely going to be useful. And that's actually the shortcut through this segment, which I will not use. I'll do the normal route. Oh goody, spikes. There's a checkpoint in the middle, so it isn't too bad. There's our second key. And we're out of here. Normally I go to the end of the stage by this point, but I want to collect all those keys first. So time for some backtracking. There's key number 3. Back to where I started. As I said before, if I did all these level segments in counterclockwise order, I would have been able to collect all the keys using only one revisit. So here are the 2 E-tanks as well as the boss's weakness. On to the end of the level. I'll only be covering one more level after I complete this one, as this episode is getting long enough. As with most of Wardonis' other stages, this is the 5th and final section of the stage. Or technically the 6th one if we count the introductory segment as the first one. Just a bunch of rolling drills, tire enemies, and picket men. And a lone tri-propeller enemy. I do need that, don't I? And yes, there was a spike disguised over there. Same there. Hurry up or get crushed. Thank you. I thought I was gonna get insta-gipped by a random enemy. Perhaps a Met. Overall, this was a decent level. It's currently my favorite level to part, but it has some issues. Like for instance, that section with the water needs some better conveyance, and the difficulty of the sections is a bit lopsided. The plant barrier and the second section I went through, the danger wrap, they're okay, but the danger wrap segment needs to be made there needs to be a bit more tolerance when climbing up there. So the 5th and final level of the part is Can You Beat Cutman Extreme Mode by Game Master Man, with 16 plays and a score of -5. This is an extreme mode version of the stage that I played back in episode 240. It's self-explanatory. Ami died about 10 times off screen, but other than that it was very straightforward, especially after completing the normal version. The only difference here is that he can only take one more hit. So overall, out of the 5 levels I covered in this episode, my favorite level is Another Day in Paradise by Wardonis. So in the next part, I'll be covering several more Veersmith levels. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!